We are live. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Commentaries review here on Unscripted, where today we're going to be reviewing a very nice episode of Friday Night SmackDown from the December 15th of 2023, right? Okay. Without wasting your time, we're gonna do a quick review reaction on this episode. Kind of uploaded the video quite late. After the episode aired. Okay, so bear in mind with me there. We'll do a quick reaction on the show. Very short show. But we'll do a very quick reaction on that one. The show, was it a good show? Yes. Is it a show that I recommend you watch? Yes. And if you didn't watch the show, did you miss anything? Yes. So very good show. Very good show. And I'd like to shout out to WrestlingHeadlines.com, where I'm actually reading some of the notes from the episode from. Okay. So as you can see here, now we have the bloodline standing in the ring. I mean, that's how the show started. Before I continue and start with the review, oh man, we got very interesting segments tonight on tonight's show. Tonight's show. Very interesting segments. You know, we had the return of the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns returning after a while to SmackDown, and then we have, surprisingly, AJ Styles has returned to Friday Night SmackDown. And oh, is the guy jacked? Is the guy jacked? It's jacked. It's fucking jacked. AJ Styles is fucking jacked, man. Yo, this WWE guys are always fucking jacked. But small guy like AJ being jacked like that, yo, okay, that was a sight. AJ Styles returned in the main event, right? And the main event segment had Randy, LA Knight, AJ, and the whole bloodline there. So that was amazing, man. And what happened there was like, I have to see what happens next, And that's actually what makes a very good um, episode of Friday Night SmackDown. And by the way, you're not seeing me here today due to technical difficulties. My camera isn't working properly and all that. So doing by all means to actually make this as interactive as possible. Okay, and to make this podcast review as interactive and engaging as possible. Okay. So without further ado, um, without further ado, we'll be getting into the review. Not so long now. So long now. Get into the review. Okay. Yes, fixing that. Just fixing the graphic there. Okay, it's good now. It's good now. Very well placed. Alright, so welcome to Pro Wrestling Commentaries Friday Night SmackDown review again. Okay, welcome. We're going to talk about wrestling, man. I love wrestling. I love talking about wrestling, so I'm doing it. I'm doing this out of love for professional wrestling, and I like talking about it, man. I just like talking about it. So let's get into it. SmackDown from the 15th of December 2023, right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the channel. So, tonight's episode of SmackDown was in the Rice Center in Green Bay, Wisconsin, right? Um, we had Michael Cole, Kevin Patrick, and Corey Graves in the commentary, and Mike Rome was the ring announcer. So, this all started with the Bloodline segment, right? So Roman and Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman came to the ring. Nice entrance, all that. Good. And then Roman Reigns gets to the mic, the people are acknowledging Roman Reigns and, being appreciative of him. I mean, the character, how over the character is. And, the guy's over and he does get a very good reaction. And then now, obviously, he gets the mic and we have to hear what he has to say after a long while. So here's what the tribal chief says, returning to SmackDown after a while. Um, Here's what he says. Green Bay, acknowledge me. All right? Shut your mouths now. I wouldn't have done that if you kept the booze down. Come on. It's the holiday season. I'm here to celebrate. It's promotion season because I'm a good boss. I'm a fair and I'm a fair tribal chief. When someone is doing good, we let them know. If somebody is doing bad, we smash them. But that's not tonight. You know what I mean? So tonight, it's about one man. This man has bent over backwards. He sacrificed everything you can imagine over the past year or so. This man understands what representing our family means. This man understands what it's like to keep the family at the top of the mountain. God forbid anything happens to me. This is the man that's going to step up. He's the next in line. No, this is not for Randy Orton. Hell no. This man is going to be responsible for this bloodline. This is the next tribal chief. And in the background, Jimmy is like warming up to this, like it feels like he's the one who's going to be the next tribal chief and all that. Like now, the torch will be passed on to Jimmy. Solo is just standing calm there. And then he's like, Jimmy, join me in congratulating your brother, Solo. I love you. So now you see. So like, you know, Jimmy just acts like, wait, didn't choose me, choose him? Like, tries to keep composed. Like, seems like he's not happy about that. So like, Roman wants to give Solo his reign of being the tribal chief. Then Randy Orton comes out, over as Randy is, in song and everything. He comes in and then gets to the microphone, and I'm like, okay, I gotta hear this. He's like, for 18 months, I've been thinking about this moment right here. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do. I've been thinking about what I'm going to say. You know what, Roman? The only thing I really need to say to you is that I'm coming for you. You took 18 months away from me, so I'm going to take everything away from you. And I don't care which one of your family members I have to go through to get the job done. The fact of the matter is this, big dog, it starts tonight and it ends at the Royal Rumble because I'm challenging you, Roman Reigns, for the WWE Championship. And myself, that was Randy Orton speaking, and I was like, okay, yeah, so we're getting the match at the Royal Rumble. Reigns versus Orton. Interesting, but Roman should not lose that match, but interesting, eh? Randy still needs to be that main eventer, so it's actually interesting how that match will go down. Actually, a must-see match at the Rumble. And then Reigns reiterated by saying, "By the sound of the fans, it sounds like you deserve it," because the fans were like happy when Randy challenged Roman. Then Roman said, "What did you say? 18 months? You've been thinking about this? Well, I haven't thought about you. Not one bit. You've been gone for 18 months. You haven't done anything to earn this opportunity. Therefore, you don't deserve these opportunity. Therefore, you can go to the back of the line where you belong. This is crazy. Everyone's just wants to get down with the tribal chief. They think that they are going to show up and get an opportunity. That's not how it works. So why don't you go ahead, do what you do, tap into that big dumb head of yours, and listen to those voices that are going up. It's not 2007 anymore. I'm levels above you and everyone else. Those voices in your head, they are telling you to get out of the ring. Run. Leave. Run. Leave this man alone. Don't disrespect the tribal chief. Listen to him. If you have a match with me, it's not going to be another 18-month vacation. It's going to be your retirement. You'll never, ever come back. So this is Reigns actually coming back to Randy Orton. And I don't know, man. From the past interactions I've seen these two, Roman has actually grew comfortable in front of Randy on the mic. So, yeah, but Roman looks kind of small when you see him next to Randy. Randy looks like a beast, you know. Uh, Randy has a bigger body and all that. So, and then Randy Orton says, you know what? Maybe you're right. I'm looking into the eyes of the tribal chief, and I can see that you have changed for the better. You have evolved for the better. You are no longer a historical champ. You, sir, are a legend. Now, I've changed too. I have evolved. But the one thing that Randy Orton always and forever be is a legend killer. You know, when Randy said, let me pause there. When Randy said he's a legend killer, I was taken aback to those years when Randy was the legend killer. I'm like, yeah, I'm liking where this is going. I'm liking this persona of the legend killer. We might actually see some new character, old character work from Randy here, you know? So, and then, uh, Randy says, you, sir, you say you haven't been thinking about me? Maybe you should start. Hold on. I'm getting something from the voices in my head. You know what they're telling me? The voices just told me that Roman Reigns might have crapped his pants. You know, and this is actually when Randy tried to RKO Roman during the segment. Right? He was like, Roman might have crapped his pants. That was a sort of a funny line. It was kind of a funny line. So, um, and there's one more thing they said, and I'll leave you with this. Daddy's back. Like, Randy just storms off, and that was the end of the segment. So here it was a setup for their match at the Royal Rumble, and that makes sense storyline wise. Randy was taken out by the Bloodline, so now he wants to get his revenge. So it's actually interesting to see what they have in store for us at the Rumble. Very interesting. Now, on our second segment, we have the first match in the United States Championship Tournament, where the winner of this tournament again will face Logan Paul, wherever that may be, right? So here, they actually did a good thing by keeping Logan Paul, like, it's not in the arena, but then you had like these small videos of him speaking about the matches, wherever it was. That was actually interesting. So now we have Carmelo Hayes from NXT versus Grayson Warner in a first round match. So Carmelo Hayes is an NXT superstar who was chosen by HBK to represent NXT in this tournament. Um, and here's how the match goes. On the last ends of the match, Hayes clothesline, and this was a great match. This was an excellent match, man. SmackDown these days is bringing bang after bang, giving me those NXT vibes. Triple H. We have Hayes clotheslining Warner over the top rope, and then Hayes poses, Hayes poses for the crowd. Warner regains control of the match during the commercial break. Waller reapplies the Craviot. Carmelo Hayes throws haymakers at Waller, but then Waller reverses out of the Irish whip from Hayes. Hayes starts favoring his left knee, and then Waller exits through the ring. Waller drops Hayes with a roll through flatliner for a 2 count. Hayes sidesteps a jab from Waller. Hayes with a chop forearm combination. Hayes tees off Waller. Hayes with a running forearm smash, and then he comes with a pump kick. And then he also follows that with the La Mystica for another 2 count. Waller knocks Hayes off the top turnbuckle. Waller with the avalanche overdrive for a 2 count. Waller puts Hayes on his shoulders. Hayes with the victory roll for another 2 count. Hayes super kicks Waller. Hayes and then also hits a springboard DDT for another 2 count. Hayes Waller hyperextends the left shoulder of Hayes, and then Waller goes for the roll through stunner, but Hay counters with the code breaker. And then Hay connects with the nothing but net to pick up the victory from the top rope. So the winner was Carmelo Hayes from NXT, moving on to the next round, right? And he's going to face the winner of the match later on between Austin Theory and Kevin Owens. So my first time seeing this Carmelo Hayes guy, and yeah, interesting, good wrestler, and can't wait to see what's coming more from Carmelo Hayes. You know, his character development and all that. He's a very good wrestler. And then now, we have an in-ring segment backstage where we see Randy and LA Knight. You know, big pop from those two whenever you see them on screen. Randy tells LA Knight that he doesn't need his help. They have no beef, so Knight needs to stay away from Orton's way. Knight says that he's going to be the man who takes everything away from Roman Reigns. So because LA Knight also has his issues with the bloodline, and Randy's back, and then he also has his issues with the bloodline. So like he doesn't want anyone to interfere in his matches. So this is actually an interesting storyline dynamic between these two, because LA Knight wants to, help, but then Randy isn't up for that. So and Randy has this, viperish persona where he can turn his back on you even though you're his friend. So LA Knight just needs to watch out for that. And the second match was a match between Kevin and Austin Theory in a first round match for the number one contenders match for the WWE United States Championship. We get Owen coming to the ring, and then we also get Austin Theory coming to the ring. This was actually interesting because Theory also needs to be pushed. Kevin also needs to be pushed. So this was actually interesting how this match was going to turn out. In the final stages of the match, we have Theory. Um, we have Theory putting Owens on the top turnbuckle. Theory punches Owen. Owen with the avalanche fisherman's buster. Theory wisely exits the ring. Theory dives Owens face first into the steel ring post. Theory dumps Owens crotch on the first ringside barricade. And then we had Theory run with a running forearm smash, Owens gets back in the ring at the count of 9. Like there was a count now when Owens was outside of the ring. He came back at the 9 count. Theory with another forearm smash. Theory drops Owen with the roll through blockbuster for a 2 count. Theory puts Owen back on the top turnbuckle. Theory with the left hand. Owens gets Theory tied up in the tree of woe, and then he also strikes with a cannonball, and then he lands a swanton bomb for a 2 count. Owens kicks Theory in the gut. Theory blocks the stunner, and then Theory viciously attacks the injured hands of Owens. Owens just clocks Theory with the cast in his hand to pick up the victory 1, 2, 3. So Owens wins via pinfall, is moving on in the United States #1 contenders tournament, and he's going to face uh Carmelo Hayes next week. Actually, an interesting dynamic here. Interesting dynamic. Then we get another segment from Roman Reigns with the Bloodline, and Roman is mad that um, Randy Orton ruined Solo Sikoa's moment. He needs to be silenced, and it's promotion season. So tonight's a big night for Jimmy Uso. Roman still doesn't approve of Jimmy saying yeet because Jimmy was like yeet, and then they were like angry for that. So now we had a Karrion Kross Vignette, and as I said last week, Karrion Kross needs to be pushed. Something needs to happen. So this is actually a great refresh, and interesting to see where Karrion Kross goes. It is a main eventer, mid card at best, but main event needs to be pushed. And I fucking guarantee you, Triple H doesn't want his stock, the stock that he has put in Karrion Kross from NXT to just go down the drain due to Vince McMahon. So he's actually going to make Karrion a big star, man. Watch out. You guys have to watch out for that. That guy's a former NXT champion. Now we had Kyler Braxton, who had an interview with Kevin Owens, and then said this is the first time Carmelo are fighting each other. Kevin says that Carmelo reminds him a lot of himself when he first showed up on the main roster. Um, Melo, like when Kevin came in from NXT, right? He faced John Cena in an open challenge, and that was a good showcase for him. So this is the same thing with Carmelo Hayes. Mm, with my browser is wait, browser is frozen. Um, yeah. Yeah, so like Kevin had a United States Open challenge with John Cena way back. So this was actually good, to showcase NXT's talent to the main roster. So this is the same with Carmelo Hayes. Same issue here. So, they Carmelo interrupted Kevin during the interview, and then uh, what did he say? Um, Melo Melo says he has a lot of respect for Kevin, but he won't be a pushover in their match. So it's actually interesting. Like he also said, Kevin doesn't need this, and Carmelo need this, and I actually agree. But I don't know. They both need this, but it'd actually be interesting to see if Kevin will continue his dastardly ways of using the cast around his arm. Very interesting. So it'll actually be interesting between these two to actually see Carmelo. I feel like this will be a showcase for Carmelo, man. We'll see something amazing. This is what I predict, man. Better watch out, guys. Carmelo will be showcased heavily in this match. I think it will be a full-time SmackDown superstar. We had a damage control vignette where like Bailey announces that she'll be entering the Women's Royal Rumble match to take the title away from Rhea Ripley because the SmackDown title was with Io Sky. So then now we get an announcement that Charlotte Flair will be out for 9 months due to an injury she suffered last week. So best wishes to Charlotte for a speedy recovery there. Then now our third match featured the Kabuki Warriors with Dakota Kai versus Mia Yim and Zelina Vega. This is a women's tag team match. Um, want to really bother talking about this one. Um, we had in of the match, final stages of the match. We had Sane hitting the palm strike and Kairi Sane with the Alabama slam into the announce table. Mia Yim kicked Sane off the apron. We had Asuka blocking the defeat. Mia Yim with a spinning back kick. Mia Yim had an overhead kick. And then the referee gets distracted by Dakota Kai. Bailey shoves him Yim off the top turnbuckle. Kairi Sane tags herself in. And then Asuka with a roundhouse kick. Kairi Sane then connects with the insane elbow to pick up the win in the match. So the Damage Control win the tag team match there. The Kabuki Warriors. And then we have a segment with Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Hey, it feels like he's getting set up tonight. And then he asks Solo if he would let him know if something was up, And then Solo tells Jimmy that he's his brother, basically implying that nothing will happen. Then we had a segment with Bobby, Lashley, and the Street Profits, where they verbally run down the remaining competitors in the U.S. title tournament, especially Santos Escobar. Because now next week we'll have Santos Escobar and Bobby Lashley in the match. That will be very interesting. The technical skills of Escobar and the muscle powerhouse, heavyweight power, Bobby Lashley. Interesting match that is. And then we get a next week on SmackDown. Dragon Lee will put his NXT North American Championship on the line against Butch. That's actually a very interesting match. Looking forward to that. That's that has potential to be match of the night. Plus, we get a Holiday Havoc match between Damage Control against Bianca Belair, Shotzi Blackheart, Mia Yim, and Zelina Vega. We had a Santos Escobar promo, right? This was actually interesting. Here's what he says. The last time I had the United States Championship within my grasp, the opportunity was ripped away by Rey Mysterio. Because of that, WWE Hall of Famer and Lucha Libre legend is no longer around. This time, I will not allow anybody or anything take what I rightfully deserve. Now, I take on a man that I never faced, one-on-one, Bobby Lashley. Bobby is all about appearance. Expensive suits, fancy dinners. Don't get me wrong, I understand. I get it. None of that matters in the ring. When I get through with Bobby, he will not want to show his ugly face on SmackDown ever again. When I go through everybody, I will take away what I gave Logan Paul and become the new United States champion. So, great character work there, to get invested in Santos Escobar in that match. So, yeah, I actually want him to win. So, he actually needs this to push his character over and accomplishments. So now it's time for the main event. The fourth match, right? Yeah, the main event. Randy Orton versus Jimmy Uso, right? Get Randy coming to the ring, and then get Jimmy coming to the ring as well. And then the start of the match, we have Orton kicking Jimmy in the gut. Orton slams Jimmy head on the top turnbuckle pad. Orton throws haymakers at Jimmy. Orton gets Jimmy in position for the draping DDT. Jimmy regroups out on the outside. He begs for mercy, begging for mercy to Randy. And then Orton hits two belly-to-back suplex on the announce table. Orton rolls Jimmy back to the ring, and then he hooks the outside leg for a 2 count. Orton applies an arm bar, and then he transitions into a wrist lock. Jimmy, with 2 headbutts, Had two headbutts. Orton just decks Jimmy with a back elbow smash. Orton slams Jimmy's head on another turnbuckle pad. And then Orton transitions. He transitioned into a corner mount. And then he delivered the Garvin Stomp. Orton uses the middle rope to choke Jimmy. Orton whips Jimmy across the ring and then Jimmy kicks Orton in the chest. Orton goes for a power slam, but Jimmy holds on to the ropes. Orton blocks a boot from Jimmy. Jimmy hits Orton with a spinning enziguri, and then he's raining down haymakers in the corner. He nails Orton with the running hip attack for a 2 count. Jimmy fish hooks Orton and then hits Orton with a corner mount of his own. Orton then responds. Wait, let me check my notes again. I lost count of where I was. Running attack. Jimmy fish hooks Orton. Jimmy with a corner mount of his own. Orton responds with a Greco-Roman eye poke. Like, this was funny, when Jay was on the top rope trying to hit Orton with punches, like, 1, 2, 3. Like, Orton just poked him in the eye. That was just funny, you know. And then he goes for the draping DDT, but then Jimmy counters with a back body drop to the floor. Orton starts grabbing his left knee. Jimmy has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Orton with heavy body shots, but Jimmy kicks Orton in the gut. We had Orton with 2 clotheslines. Orton ducks a clothesline from Jimmy, and then he power slams Jimmy, and then Jimmy slams Orton's head on the top rope. This is after the commercial break. Orton kicks Jimmy in the chest, and then he hits the draping DDT. Orton does. He prepares for the RKO, but then Solo Sikoa makes his way down the ring. LA Knight avoids the Samoan spike. LA Knight avoids the Samoan spike. And Sikoa are brawling. And then Knight and Sikoa, they're brawling on stage. Orton connects with the RKO to pick up the victory from Jey Uso in the ring. Right? Picks up the RKO. And then after the match, Orton doesn't know why Knight is out there. Like, he's surprised that Knight is there trying to help. As he told him that I do not need your help. Get out of my business. So, Reigns attacks Knight after Knight attacked Sikoa. And then while Roman Reigns Reigns attacks Knight from the behind, and then Reigns and Randy are trading back and forth punches. The Bloodline gangs up on Orton, and then LA Knight, yeah, joins the fray. All hell is breaking loose in Green Bay, right? Like, Reigns and Knight and Orton are trying to fight out the Bloodline. Punches galore. Knight and Orton are just being viciously attacked by the Bloodline. And then out of nowhere, AJ Styles drops Reigns with the phenomenal forearm. I popped for this. This was awesome. I actually like AJ's phenomenal forearm, and this is feast for the eyes. Styles with the Pele kick, and then Knight clotheslines Sikoa over the top rope, right? And then after that, we get a stare off between Randy and AJ just looking at each other, right? And then out of nowhere, to my surprise, wow, I was like, what? Styles just drops LA Knight with a vicious clothesline. I was like, what? I thought you were with these guys. Now, what? Okay. This is actually usual from WWE, where No, but it's a good thing, because you actually don't know what happens. Like, you're actually caught by surprise. Like, you thought the guy was with the baby faces, but then, is this a heel turn or what? He attacks Knight with a lariat, and then he just walks past, he just
AJ.
walks
And then they
past,
show
Roman after that. AJ. And then the show goes off the air. And we're left with questions like, why did AJ do that? What will happen next week? How will this go on any further? You know, an amazing main event, good main event, and amazing main event segment, man. Just good, 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 good. AJ Styles is back. Can't wait to see what happens next week. Where does he stand? I don't know if the commentary said this, but I think he has feud with the Bloodline as well. So I feel like there's a feud brewing between Knight and AJ. Fantastic match that will turn out to be. And Randy with the Bloodline in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up, man. Sign me up. Um, the United States Championship tournament is also continuing. And yeah, can't wait to see who will end up facing Logan Paul in a series of good matches. Series of good matches, man. Um, we'll actually go here and let me see here. Um, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Um, I'm going to I'm going to now read the comments from the AJ Styles return video on YouTube WWE channel video, which has 1.8 million views in like 4 days. So this is actually a big angle, and it seems like people are actually interested in this. So I'll read some of the top comments, right? So the Bandit 0098 says, first it was Randy and now AJ Styles is Jack. Man, it seems like they're both used to the super soldier serum. And Omar Ash says AJ looks like an absolute unit of a man. Him and Randy clearly worked hard at the gym. K Giz this man says, I literally shed a tear of joy. WWE has been so good lately. I actually agree with this one, man. Actually agree with this one. Uh yeah, been good, man. It's been good. It's been good. And I don't know about me. Like, I stopped watching WWE because it was trash and everything. I was watching AEW, and for some reason, I stopped watching AEW. And then at the right time, I actually watch the product when it's actually good. So because I do follow social media and all that, so somehow I'm actually lucky to like watch what's actually good. And that's a good thing, man. It's actually really, really good. Some of the replies from this guy's comment was like, no, maybe the best roster of all time. Um, this one says, last night was forgotten about, but okay, I agree with that. This one says, AJ Styles is the heart and soul of modern SmackDown. Um, okay, let's look for highlight comment. Yeah, okay, this is from the WWE top 10 moments videos from the show, right? The top comments. This one says Jimmy Uso was absolutely devastated when he realized Roman Reigns wasn't talking about him as the next tribal chief, and it was Solo Sikoa instead. Actually, I like that. The mannerisms that Jimmy Uso does to react to that. I mean, it was cinema, man. Storytelling. It was very good as well. This one, Danny Westbrook 5036 says, definitely glad to see AJ back. It was phenomenal. Hopefully they can use him properly. Yes, it was phenomenal, man. Great. Triple H knows how to do things. He just knows how to do things. Shawn Michaels 568 says, Jimmy's and Roman's reaction every time when they are shocked or disappointed is top tier. Makes the segments way more entertaining. That's good, man. You need those character work mannerisms to tell stories. This one says, Shawn Michaels 588 again says, imagine the promo between AJ Styles and LA Knight next week. Man, oh my goodness. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. WWE has been good lately, man. This is just amazing. And the last comment, that legend killer line from Randy Orton was so epic. That's me. That's me as well, man. That's me. That was just so epic. It took me way back. Great show, man. Great show. SmackDown, December 15th, 2023. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Thank you for joining me on the stream today. See you next time for Monday Night Raw. And